What's up, guys? It's me. Today, I don't have much to say about this video. This is just a life lesson or message, whichever you want to use, but this is something that you should take to heart, and I'm about to explain it right here. Now, before I get started, I know that a lot of you people are going to be saying, you're really young. What do you know about it? To which I say, yes, I am young. I'm only 16 at the time of this video's release. So I understand that some people will be like, you don't understand this, you're too young. But you have to understand, this is happening to kids my age and younger. So I feel like me myself at age 16 can say this since it's happening to people my age and younger. And that is, as you can tell by the title of the video, deadbeat parents. I'm not focusing it on one parent in particular because there are two. There's a deadbeat mother and a deadbeat father, which is why my entire video is gonna be about both, not just one. And with that being said, let me just get right on into it. The message I have to tell you guys is, if you're having unprotected sex at age 16 or younger or older, just because it feels better than with it not having a condom, don't do it. What are you thinking? Now, there's some people out there that have the gall to say, I'm not ready to be a parent, which is why they become a deadbeat parent. That's wrong for a multitude of reasons. Do you think the other person, the person that you left with the kid, was ready to be a parent either? Do you think that whatever feelings you have about the kid, the other person is having the same feelings? Don't think about your own feelings, think about the other person as well as what the baby will feel. Don't be one of those idiots that uses or that doesn't use condoms or birth control simply because you want it to feel better. Because I guarantee you, it's gonna feel a lot better knowing that you're not going to have to take care of a kid that you're not ready to take care of. You're not ready to take care of a kid, so why are you having unprotected sex? Don't do that if you're not ready. Now, if you're good at like the pull out tactic or something like that, then okay, maybe. Because there's always a chance that it's not gonna be enough and the girl is still gonna end up pregnant. So, even if you're good at the pull out tactic, I wouldn't recommend it. What I'm basically saying is, don't ditch the person and the baby simply because you're not ready to be one. If you're a guy and you don't use condoms, or you're a girl and you don't use birth control, stop doing that. Unless, like I said, you're good at like the pull out tactic, then maybe. But that's still not a 100% safe way. There is still such stuff as pre-cum and stuff like that. You need to keep all this in mind because this is ways that women get pregnant all around the globe. stop thinking about the stupid things about having sex, which is it feeling better if you're not good at, like I said, the pull-out tactic. Just don't do that if you're not ready to be a parent. It's as simple as that. And if you do that and the person ends up pregnant, the girl ends up pregnant, don't walk out simply because you're not ready to be a father in this case. Or if you're a girl, don't leave the man with a baby simply because you're not ready to be a mother. The other person is feeling the exact same way about you. So don't just take your feelings into account, take theirs as well. They feel just as bad as you do, but they're not giving up. So you shouldn't either. And another thing I have to talk about is abortion. Oh my god. It haunts me just thinking about the idea. Don't do. If you're really going to just kill your baby because you're not ready to be a parent, like, there's certain cases where I could see why that would be. There's certain reasons that, or certain scenarios that I could see abortion being a main topic or being an option. Like if you're forced or something else, then okay, maybe. I would say, like, yeah, okay, maybe. That's actually a bad reason for the child to be alive in itself, because they'll feel. I feel like the child would feel bad knowing that it was born because the person was forced. So you would put your own child through depression. I'm not saying that it's bad for. Well, it's bad for both the person being forced and the child, but I'm not saying it's bad for the forcer, of course. What I'm saying is, like, it's gonna be bad for the forced and the child, because all those thoughts of why the baby is born or why the child is born is going to storm that child's mind, and more times than not, the child is probably going to take its own life. It's it's sad. It really is. There's a lot of kids out there who have taken their lives because of that exact thing. They were born from a forced situation. So, like, okay, I could see abortion being a reason because the child will not have to go through the trauma of living without a parent, and also won't have to live with the thought of being born from a forced situation. I could see that, but just simply because you're not ready to be a parent and you're having unprotected sex, that's no reason. Not in the slightest. You know what you're doing. And if you really choose not to step up and take responsibility when you deliberately did what you did, then you're just scum. You're. Words can't describe how much of a terrible person you are. Keep this in mind. Like, I'm just saying what I need to say because there's people out there that need to hear this. Because, like I said, this is happening all around the globe. People my age and people younger. And they need to hear this because they're not going to hear it from anybody else. So, with that being said, I I don't know what else I can say. I've probably talked about everything I needed to. Or, how about this? Take into account, there's some people that when they're at a party, they drink and drink and drink, and the drunkenness and they sleep with each other due to being drunk. I'm all like, you most you really probably shouldn't drink at a party, to be completely honest. Especially if you're this might sound kind of bad, but especially if you're a very attractive man or woman, you probably shouldn't drink at a party. Because there are people out there in that party who will take advantage. Whether they are drunk or not, they will take advantage. And because of your looks, they're going to take advantage of you. So, if, like, if you're really, really attractive, then and you're at a party, you probably shouldn't drink in that party. You could drink after it or something like that, but you have to keep this in mind because all of this stuff can and will happen if you're not careful. Have safe sex. Don't be the morons that choose not to do it simply because of the feel. Don't. Because you're just going to make some stuff happen that you weren't ready for. And you're still going to have to take responsibility for what you did. You have to. You have two choices. You do it or you don't. And there's so many people out there who choose you don't, leaving one parent for the little child. That blows my mind because it's so bad in so many levels. So many people are doing this, abandoning families and causing trauma simply because they're not ready to be a parent. And to which I say, stop doing this. If you're going through what I just talked about, like being in a forced situation, okay, I could see like abortion being an option. But if you're just not ready and choose to do what you do, then you probably deserve exactly what's coming to you because it's what should be expected. You should have expected it from the very beginning, but for some reason you chose not to care. And so, all this being said, I've said my part. What do you guys have to say? If you guys have any problems with what I said, let me know. If you guys have anything that I missed out, let me know. If you liked the video, then just leave a like. If you liked it more, subscribe. Because I might be doing more messages like this in the future. But with that being said, thank you guys, and I hope you take this to heart, and goodbye.